Now I'm going to let you know now. It's not going to be a long talk. It's going to be short. You like that? Like that idea? Yes? Huh? Long? It wasn't long. You were crazy. I just want to say a few words. First of all, I am very delighted to be here with you tonight. I want to give some context of my visit. Anytime I visit somewhere, actually talk or to share my opinion, I think about our prophet, peace and blessings. When he moved to Medina, he noticed that the people were pollinating date palms, they were manipulating the seed. And he asked them why they doing it. They said to get a better crop. He said maybe it's better you don't do it. He didn't say don't do it. Maybe it's better you do it. So they stopped. And the crops failed. And they came to the prophet and he said, see Rasul, that's what we're talking about. And I want you to hear what the prophet said. Every prime minister, every president, every premier, every general, every dictator, every mayor should have heard what the prophet said. إذا أمرتكم بشيء من دينكم فخذوا به. Whenever I order you to do something of your religion, do it. وإذا أمرتكم بشيء من رأيي فإنما أنا بشر. And when I order you to do something of my opinion, I am only a human being. I wish that our leaders would think like this. I wish kings would think like this. Because we are only human beings. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala brought the Prophet to the heavens, and he ordered him to make how many salats? 50. And I returned with it. No argument, no dispute. Allah said 50, I'm going to do 50. But Muslims experience. What your Lord ordered? 50 prayers. No. Go back to your Lord and ask him to reduce it. And the Prophet went back. Because Musa said, and Allah reduced it. And every time Allah reduced it, he ran into Musa. Musa said, how many? Whatever the Prophet said, he said, ask Allah to reduce it until it was only 5. So he came back to Musa. Musa said, how many? The Prophet said 5. Go back and ask your Lord to reduce it because your ummah will not be able to do it. And the Prophet ﷺ said he was too shy to go back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Allah said it is 5, but it's 50. So we get rewarded for praying 50 prayers a day. Was Musa right that our ummah would not be able to do 5 things? Can I remind you that every once in a while you read the Quran, you will see that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the people in Jannah can look down and see the people in the hellfire. And the people in hellfire can look and see the people in Jannah. I'll give you 2 examples, one from the Quran, one from Hadith. What has caused you to be in the fire? We're not those who used to pray. Go to Hadith, Muslim Hadith, volume number 1, Kitab al-Iman, the book of faith. Some of the Muslims will see people in the hellfire, ربنا إخواننا كانوا يصلون معنا. Allah, our brothers, they used to pray with us. They used to fast with us. They made Hajj with us. I'm saying what Allah is going to say. He's going to say, you don't know what they did. I put them there. They can't be in hell unless I put them there. But instead, Allah will say, take out of hellfire those who recognize. Brothers and sisters, we are blessed. We're blessed with the Prophet Muhammad who know the difference of his personal opinion and what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has taught us. You're blessed. This masjid, alhamdulillah, I can't wait to see it develop more and grow more, and I can see hundreds of thousands of people. I'm talking about opinion. Umar radiallahu anhu gave a great compliment to the Prophet. He said, Ya Rasulullah, anta hablayya min kulli shay'in illa nafsi. O Messenger of Allah, you are more beloved to me than anyone except myself. That's a great compliment. You are more beloved than anyone except myself. And the Prophet said, La Umar, hatta habba ilayya min kulli shay'in. Hatta kunna habba ilayya min nafsik. Until I am more beloved even than your own self. Qala al-an ya Rasulullah, la anta habba ilayya min nafsik. Now you are more beloved to me even than myself. The Prophet, peace and blessing be upon him, he speaks wahy, revelation. And I conclude with this. Arju al-Bakur is He said, I hope that you will be one half of the people of Jannah. Notice the word arju. I hope. And when it is definite, the Prophet said, I will have more followers Yom al-Qiyamah than any other prophet. Consider this. Noah preached to his people 950 years. How many followers did he have? How many? One? How many? Handful. Most people say maybe he had 85. 950 years he preached. Handful of people. But look how many followers Prophet Muhammad had. But be careful. Be careful. I want to give this warning to you. Be careful. I want you to be confident, but not confident. Be careful. Because he warned us, Allah warned us. لا تكونوا كالذين نسوا الله فأنساهم أنفسهم. Don't be like those who forgot Allah. Therefore, Allah caused them to forget themselves. You know the difference between Aisha radiallahu anha and somebody like Abu Hurairah? Abu Hurairah narrated more hadith than anyone else on 5,000. And yet, Aisha radiallahu anha maybe narrated 2,000 something. The difference. When Abu Hurairah goes to the gate of the Prophet, he stopped. Aisha radiallahu anha. She knows the man inside. She said, كان رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يذكر الله عند كل أحيان. And the messenger of Allah remembered Allah in every circumstance. You are Muslim. Good. How many of you were born into Islam? Raise your hand. Look around. Turn around and look. How many of you, like me, converted to Islam? Raise your hand. I know. Two of us. Two of us. We have to do better. Oh, let me show you something. See what you did this? I got to talk about this one. You I love. I love you too. But when you gave me this bottle, I thought about my wife. My wife calls me two things. She either calls me Imam or she calls me Siraj. I figured it out after years. Whenever she says Siraj, there's a problem. No, serious. So I get nervous when she says Siraj. She said, Siraj, whenever you drink in public, never drink from a bottle. Drink from a cup. Be careful. فاذكروني أذكركم. Remember me, I remember you. Do not be like those who came before you, forgot Allah, meaning they knew Allah, but they forgot Allah. In 1900, this country, United Kingdom, 11 million square miles, 390 million people. It was so huge that the British used to brag that the sun never set on the British Empire. Now look at it. The United States, we have 50 states. One of our states, Texas, is almost 3 times larger than the United Kingdom. What happened? That took on the and that's what I'm so. Do not be like those who forgot Allah, therefore Allah caused them to forget themselves. Since 1960, 16,000 churches have closed in the United Kingdom. I went to Scotland. Scotland is threatened to be the United Kingdom. I went to Scotland one day. It was a Saturday at 1 o'clock. My driver's driving me down Main Street and he stops at a light. I look to my right, church, people going in and out of the church Saturday at 1 o'clock. I said, brother, what denomination is that Saturday going to church? He said, Imam, that's not a church. It's a pub. He said that there's a law in UK that if you build something as a church, you can't change the structure. You can put whatever you want to put there, but you can't change the structure. So as we driving down Main Street, he said, and that's not a church, 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 and that's not a church. Warning to us. Do not be like those who forgot Allah, and therefore Allah caused them to forget themselves. Finally, the Prophet ﷺ said, there are some of you who do the deeds of the people of Jannah. How many of you made Hajj? Raise your hand. Look around. Good. Umrah. Of course. You pray 5 times a day. Allah bless me. Once I started learning how to pray, I prayed over 87,000 salats, 48 years of fasting. He said, some of you will do the deeds of the people of Jannah until you are arm's length from Jannah, and then you begin to do the deeds of the people of the hellfire. One of you will do the deeds of the people of hell, and then you begin to do the deeds of the people of Jannah for the other people. Be careful. He prophesied. I'm saying this as a warning to us that this is not the opinion of the Prophet. It's why it's revelation. I'm nervous. I don't know about you. I'm nervous about it. Don't want to be a one who practiced today and then stop practicing. So the only way that we can be assured is that we continue going to the masjid. Don't think going to the masjid every day is too much. Don't think that fasting, the month of Ramadan, the extra is too much. It's not. Allah knows. So I say this to you in my conclusion. I have extreme love for you. You can't even imagine. Every one of you. Some of you I've never met before. But I love you. I love you because we have a relationship. لا تدخلوا الجنة حتى تؤمنوا ولا تؤمنوا حتى تحبوا. You don't go to Jannah until you believe. You don't believe until you love one another. Do you love one another? Do you love everybody in this masjid? Everybody? Him too? Yes? Yes? A little, or especially him? A little bit or a lot? Of course. I love you too. So I'm saying, as just a kind of reminder, Allah has blessed us to be Muslim. I cry for the people out there who have no idea about Islam. And I would like for you, my parting words, don't forget about the people. Don't forget about it. If you think about Sahaba, but whenever I say this, it's very sensitive. I notice Muslims get real quiet. Allah said, "We're in Kuntum Khayr Ummatin Ukhrijat Lin-Nas." You're the best of the people of America. Yes, for sure. But the thing is, the Prophet said, "Khayr Ummati Qarni, thumma alladhina yalunhum, thumma alladhina yalunhum." The best of my ummah is my generation, and then the generation that follows it. Tell me a better generation than the generation of Abu Bakr, Umar, Abdul Rahman ibn Amr, Salim ibn Rabi. Anyone better than that? Khadija and Fatima and Aisha? Anyone better than that? Tell me somebody better than them. Tell me. Tell me. And yet, all of them, none of them was born in the faith of Islam. Was the words of the Prophet, the Nabi Sallallahu and others who went out and got the people, and Allah guided them to Islam. Some fought against the Prophet. That ummah. So what I'm saying is maybe some of the best Muslims are out there waiting for us. If me, in the nation of Islam, not for Muslim, can quit my job and knock on thousands of doors in Brooklyn, I wasn't driving, to do what? To invite them what I thought was Islam. And many, 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 many of them joined the nation of Islam. Say what you want to say about the nation of Islam. I remember one day I'm selling a 25-cent newspaper in Brooklyn, and I see a building about to go in, and I see two young men in the hallway. I said to myself, they're going to try to rob me. I'm asking you, everybody, should I go into the building? How many said no? How many said, yeah, go to the building? Yeah, you crazy. Anyway, I went in the building. I went into the building. The guy on the right looked mean. Yeah. And the guy on the left was I took out a paper, Muslim witness. And the mean guy put a paper under his arm and put a paper under the other one's arm and said, give me 25 cents. The guy on the right takes out a gun. He said, you know what? You just can't rob a Muslim. Put his gun back in his pocket and give you 25 cents for the paper. This is the reputation that the Nation of Islam, who call themselves Muslims, had in the community. Imam told me in Harlem, there was an African American sister with a hoodie on walking down the street of Harlem, and there were two young men walking behind her. So she walked a little bit faster. They walked faster. She started the job. They started the job. She started to run, and they started to run, and were about to grab her, and her hoodie fell off, revealing a kiman. And those two men stopped and said, sister, we're sorry. We apologize. Because of the reputation that the Nation of Islam had in the community. Were they real Muslims? No. But they had the right attitude. I would like to see a change in the attitude of the Muslims. To go to the people, invite them to this wonderful meeting. That's all I wanted to say. May Allah bless you. Protect you, protect your families. And alhamdulillah, I can't wait to see you in this wonderful community. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Jazakumullah khair. Alhamdulillah, as mentioned,